Hey YouTube, it's Kristen. Today I want to talk about something pretty serious. Someone that I went to high school with actually committed suicide over the last, I think it was 3 days ago. Um, Now, suicide, no matter how well you know the person or what have you, it's sad. And I just feel like as a world, we don't do enough to help people and to really try and prevent stuff like this from happening. It's no one's fault, but I feel like we could do more for people. And the thing is, this guy, from what I remember from high school, he was so happy and bubbly and like everyone liked him. And obviously he was going through some stuff and he wasn't the happily, same bubbly person he was, but I feel like if he had had the help that he needed, it wouldn't have happened. Whether he was upset about, bills or a girl or whatever it was, he shouldn't have had to go through that alone. And I know there were people in his life that cared about him. And I'm not saying that they didn't do everything they could to stop it from happening, but he still did it. And I mean, you never know who needs help sometimes. Maybe they didn't know how upset he was. Oh, Boris. But some people, they let you know they need help. Maybe it's because they self-harm or, I mean, not that that's a cry for attention, because I know it's not, but it can be. But for other people it can be hard, especially if you live or have friends that are, don't know how to deal with that. Like, that are just, they've had these great lives or whatever, and then you tell them that you're depressed or you need help figuring something out and they don't know how to help you. But they're doctors, you go to the doctor for checkup, you can talk to them. Like, you can talk to, there are so many resources on the internet, by phone, suicide hotline, there's counselors at schools, like there's always somebody. Whether you think there's nobody to talk to, there is somebody, and they're there to help you, and they will understand. And as far as like just your friends and your family, if someone seems like they need help, obviously you let them know that you're there and that you can talk to you. But even if just every day, like, you don't actually have to point out that you're there to help them if anything goes wrong, but maybe that you're there to just to talk to, like, oh hey, or just to check up on them, if you're thinking about someone, call them. You don't have to have something to talk to them about, I mean. Just say, hey, how's life? Is there anything that, we need to catch up on? You don't know until you put yourself out there, because you could really make a difference. There are so many stories about people who were almost going to do it, and then somebody called them, and then they realized, like, they came out of their funk and everything was on the way to being okay. I'm not saying this, I'm not going to pretend like I know what it's like to want to kill yourself, because I've never genuinely wanted to kill myself. I went through a huge depression in my teen years. I was just so shy, and I'm still really shy, but it was like somehow worse, and I just never wanted to put myself out there or talk to anyone. It was like some sort of like self imprisonment where I was so upset with everything, but I never really gave anything a chance. And I got really into books, and that just made things so much better. Like, I could escape myself, essentially, and read Harry Potter. It seems silly, but it's what got me through it. And there, you don't know, like, if you feel like you have nothing, You need to try and find something. It might seem hard and it might take a while, but you never know. Like, there's so many things in this world that are so great and so inspiring, like art and music and poetry, and just so many things are worth living for. And again, I'm not going to pretend like I know, like, why people do it, because I don't. But I do feel like a lot of people need to be brave enough, get that courage to ask for help. And if somebody doesn't take you seriously, don't waste any more time trying to convince them. Go on to somebody else. Because I know if somebody came to me and was talking about, I just need someone to talk to. Okay, what do you like? What do you do? Like, what makes you want to live? I like photography. I've gotten into filming recently. I don't read as much as I used to, but I know it's there if I need it. If I need a way to escape. My life is pretty great, so I really can't pretend that I have this deep, like, connection. I've been depressed, but it's been a while. Anyway, this kind of just went in a weird kind of tangent, but I really feel like some people just don't know, or maybe they are just going through too much pain to want to ask for help, or to get it, or to see the good in the world. But we have to try and help them. If there's like that girl at school who just seems like really depressed and doesn't talk to anybody, like, talk to her. Like, yeah, your friend might make fun of you, so what? Tell them that you just think she seems cool. Like, you just can't let all these weird judgmental things get in the way of someone being alive. Or if there's someone that you went to high school with and you haven't talked to them in a long time. Not that I knew this guy well enough to catch up with him or, have like a little reunion. But I'm saying, like, there are a lot of people on Facebook that had known him and were posting statuses. It's like, well, did you know how he was doing? Did you really, like, put an effort and talk to him? And not that I'm blaming them, but there's just so many little things that could have helped. I know they would have helped. But maybe it wouldn't have been enough. Maybe he just couldn't take the world anymore and didn't want help and just did it. But we need to try. Alright, thanks for watching. I know this was a really random video, but it just really got to me. So,